My thanks to Bring Me to Life Radio, and welcome to the Cinema Scribe. Some things are worth waiting for until the time is right. In some cases, that may mean waiting for a very long time. But when the wait involves seeing a legendary artist at the peak of her career, it's possible to overlook the delay. So it is with the long-awaited release of the historic performance piece, Amazing Grace. In 1972, Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul, was at the top of her game. Having recorded a string of hits, such as Chain of Fools and Respect, she had one of the most recognizable voices in the music business. But when Aretha changed record labels, she also made a change in direction artistically. She decided to leave behind her signature soul and R&B recordings, opting instead to go back to her roots, gospel music. Having grown up the daughter of a Baptist minister, Reverend C.L. Franklin, Aretha began her musical career singing gospel in her father's church, so she was by no means a stranger to the material. In bringing this project to life, Aretha selected an array of traditional favorites, as well as contemporary numbers reworked for a gospel format, teaming up with Reverend James Cleveland, widely acknowledged as the king of gospel music. Joined by Aretha's band and the Southern California Community Choir under the auspices of choral director Alexander Hamilton, the duo chose to record the album live at Cleveland's parish, the new Bethel Baptist Church in the Watts neighborhood of Los Angeles. This project was special, and several aspects set it apart from others like it. For starters, the album was recorded before a live audience over the course of 2 evenings, making the event as much a concert as it was a recording session. But more significantly, the performance was to be made into a documentary by acclaimed filmmaker Sidney Pollack, who had recently received an Oscar nomination as Best Director for They Shoot Horses, Don't They?, and who would later go on to direct such pictures as Absence of Malice, Tootsie, and Out of Africa. The event drew large, lively audiences, including a few familiar faces, such as Rolling Stones frontman Mick Jagger. And Aretha's performance was truly outstanding, showing the breadth of her talent and versatility. She churned in brilliant performances of such selections as On Our Way, Never Grow Old, Holy Holy, and the album's title cut, Amazing Grace. The sheer strength of the music made the LP a noteworthy release, one that would go on to become the best-selling gospel album of all time. Unfortunately, the quality of the film didn't match the quality of the music. Technical difficulties prevented a proper synchronization between the images and sound. It proved to be a major disappointment, one that prompted Pollack to nearly pull his hair out during the picture's post-production. It caused the film's release to be postponed and eventually shelved, until decades later, when new technology came along to correct the deficiency. And so, in late 2018, Amazing Grace finally made its debut, playing at a number of film festivals before going into its current general release. This film is indeed revelatory in many ways, by all accounts an important piece of music history, and the First Lady of Music doesn't disappoint. However, while the picture is indeed somewhat typical of concert films of the day, its raw, spontaneous nature unfortunately comes across as somewhat dated, and even amateurish by contemporary standards. Unfocused cinematography, choppy editing, and occasional inconsistent sound quality problems hampered the flow of the film, material quite surprising from a director as accomplished as Sidney Pollack. In light of that, Ben, I recommend seeing this one for the Queen's superb performance, but don't be surprised or disappointed by the rest of it. Watching a musical icon give an iconic performance can be quite a moving experience, as evidenced by the reactions of some of the film's audience members. Witnessing someone work her magic by freely breathing in the spirit that drives her can stir the soul of anyone present, and that indeed is what Aretha did when she sang. We were fortunate to have her among us for so many years, and thankfully, we still have records of her artistry to remind us of what a gift she gave to us, and to the world. I'm Brent Marchant, the Cinema Scribe. Thanks for listening.
A lifelong movie fan and longtime student of metaphysics, Cinema Scribe Brent Marchant is the award-winning author of Get the Picture, Conscious Creation Goes to the Movies, Consciously Created Cinema, The Movie Lover's Guide to the Law of Attraction, and Third Reel Conscious Creation Goes Back to the Movies, all of which provide reader-friendly looks at how the practice of conscious creation, also known as the Law of Attraction, is illustrated through film. Brent maintains an ongoing blog about metaphysical cinema and other self-empowerment topics through his website, www.brentmarchant.com. He's also the movie correspondent for the Good Radio Network and New Consciousness Review magazine and radio, with additional writing contributions to Smart Women's Empowerment, The Happy Guide, Library Journal, Belief Net, Vivid Life, New Age News, and Master Heart Magazine. Brent holds a BA in Magazine Journalism and History from Syracuse University. Again, check him out at www.brentmarchant.com.